For the first time since 2009, the world this year has become more peaceful according to the 2012 Global Peace Index. Now in its sixth year, the Global Peace Index is the world's leading measure of peacefulness, ranking 158 countries according to 23 indicators of peace. The index gauges the level of safety and security in society, the extent of domestic or international conflict, and the degree of militarization. This year, for the first time in the history of the Global Peace Index, Sub-Saharan Africa is no longer the least peaceful region in the world, and has steadily improved across a number of indicators, including relationships with neighboring countries, availability of small arms, and the number of deaths from conflict. The most peaceful country in the world is Iceland, followed by Denmark and New Zealand. Small, stable democracies dominate the top 10 most peaceful countries. Changes in the top 10 this year see Canada move into the top 5, Switzerland enter the top 10, and Norway drop from 9th to 18th due to the tragic terrorist acts of July 2011. Since the end of the Civil War, Sri Lanka has become increasingly peaceful, and is this year's biggest riser, moving up almost 30 places. At the other end of the scale, the least peaceful country this year is war-ravaged Somalia, with Afghanistan and Sudan following closely. An interesting trend over the last year shows that while countries have more peaceful relationships with their neighbours, internally they are becoming slightly less peaceful, with increased levels of violent demonstrations, crime, and perceived criminality. This is reflected in the Middle East and North Africa, the only region to experience a decline in peacefulness this year due to the wave of revolutionary uprisings and instability caused by the Arab Spring. Egypt, Tunisia, and Oman fell significantly on the 2012 index, while Syria was the biggest faller, plummeting more than 30 places to rank 147th. We all recognize the incredible burden violence has on humanity, but we don't normally consider the toll it takes on our economy. If the world was completely peaceful in 2011, the economic impact would have been around $9 trillion, equal to the combined size of the world's third and fourth largest economies. While it is difficult for us to achieve a world completely free from violence and conflict, an achievable 25% reduction in violence over the last year would have generated an additional $2.25 trillion. That's more than enough money to cover the €1 trillion allocation to deal with the European sovereign debt crisis, to mitigate the long-term effects of climate change, and still have $1 trillion left over. While the numbers associated with the cost of violence are difficult to comprehend, the message is clear. Peace makes sense. In creating the environments that lead to peace, we are also creating optimal environments for human development and well-being.